Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to tackle the subject of systemic racism in the Justice Department. Now, the Justice Department, or the justice system in the United States, is not systemically racist, but it is systemically corrupt. You see, this whole idea of systemic racism is a smokescreen to distract us from the horrible, horrible truth, and that our justice system is systemically corrupt. Okay? So it's not just black people, it's all people that are getting screwed. Okay? Now, before I get into the examples or evidence to try and prove my point, I'm going to go and spoil the ending for you. The reason the system is corrupt, in one single word, is immunity. Whether it's sovereign immunity or limited immunity or whatever immunity, the justice system has granted itself immunity from our laws. Okay? Now, the whole point of having a legal system is for those laws to apply to everyone. Okay, but when you selectively grant immunity to people, you're setting them above the law. And as we know, people, human beings, are corrupt by nature. And when you take that accountability out of the system, okay, you are asking for trouble. And that's how this got as bad as it is. Okay, so if we want to solve this problem, we must address this idea of immunity. We must remove it. Only then can we hold not just the police, but the judges, the corrupt judges, and the corrupt prosecutors, and the corrupt administrators accountable. That's who we need to be going after. Not the police, but the people at the top. And how you do that is you take away their immunity and you make them accountable for what they do, just like everybody else. All right, let's start with this first example, this Breonna Taylor woman. Okay, there's a no-knock warrant. They showed up at the wrong house. By the way, this happens all the time. You just don't hear about it. Okay, now let's think about this. If I was a construction worker, okay, and I tore down the wrong house, and in doing so ended up getting someone killed, okay, guess what? There's no immunity for me. I go to jail, okay? And the same thing should have happened in this case, and all the other cases like it. But it didn't, because of something called sovereign immunity, because the police are not being held accountable. They make it, oh, sure, they say you can sue the frickin' state, but have you ever tried to sue the government? I have. You can't, unless you're extremely rich. Here's another guy. Okay? This guy was run through the ringer because he was considered to be a danger, okay, to this corrupt system. Specifically, this is what Mr. Flynn's crime was. It wasn't that he supported the wrong presidential candidate. It's that if he was granted power, he was going to do an audit of the FBI and the intelligence services. Oh, we can't have that because, we would be instituting accountability. Okay? Here's another one. Okay, these judges and these prosecutors, they just throw anybody in jail. Okay, anything they can do to say, oh, look, I got a 98% conviction rate. Okay, well, Gee, I guess you're a great prosecutor, but excuse me, how many of those people were innocent? Okay? And the reason they can get away with this is because there's no accountability, because they're immune, they're above the law. So what happens? This. And then here's my favorite one. Okay. Mr. Stone. Okay. Mr. Stone, the prosecutor was corrupt. The forewoman was corrupt. The judge was corrupt. All, okay, for political reasons. This was a political prosecution. Okay. And it was just a bit of a bigger piece. This was the consolation prize for not getting what they really wanted, which was to remove a sitting president. Think about this. The justice system, the corrupt members of the justice system in the United States used their power first to try and affect a presidential election, and when their shenanigans didn't work, they then went to try and remove a duly elected president. Think about it. That's how deep this goes. Okay? So, this isn't about black people. This is about all people. It's about systemic corruption in the system and how we fix it. You want to fix this problem? Then we have to make the people in the justice system accountable for their corruption. We must strip them of their immunity and make them accountable to the same laws you and I are. Otherwise, it all comes crashing down. Without the rule of law, okay, civilization crumbles. Whether it be not the prosecuting rioters or not prosecuting corrupt government officials, it all ends the same. Anyway, that's my rant for the morning. Enjoy your day.